So got some rain outside, and strangely it makes me feel more rational and more calm, and more importantly, it makes me begin to consider more, more deeply and more logically about, when I should begin to take more actions to address my own problems, and by meeting up and teaming up with the right people. Though after all that has happened, I highly doubt if I could ever fully trust anybody anymore in my life. Well, nevertheless, I would still like to at least give it a try by increasing the levels of the actions I'm about to take. So there we are again. What's up? What's up again, YouTubers? In fact, I have been watching my own videos that I have uploaded and shared on YouTube, So that says I have been trying to give a third person's view as to how I should respond to my current dire and dicey situation. Well, I do have come up with several plans of action. Such as I could still buy myself another printer and use it as an opportunity to so-called deliver the printer to my grandma's residence, and still make use of my grandma's residence as a place to print some confidential documents like visa application forms, some other shit like CVs, resumes that I suppose I am about to submit or present in front of some other potential employers face to face whenever in need. So yeah, that's one of the plans I've been plans of action I've been contemplating in order to change the situation a little bit, to the direction of moving forward and creating more opportunities to promote positive interactions and productive thinking and outcomes. Excuse me. So yes, that was one of the plans of action. Yes, I have so far come up with. so as to address the concerns, the a huge amount of worries, anxieties, etc. I know, I had begun to get to know a simple fact that I can't live as I used to, like a, an innocent girly boy. That was my previous lifestyle. I suppose I have indulged myself too much, and in order oops, what's going on again? In order to see something different, to see something vastly different, we all have to do something vastly different, right? Or by such as by interacting with a vastly different bunch of people, or many bunches of vastly different people from vastly different backgrounds, and with vastly different expertise, and traveling to different places, performing vastly different tasks in order to to change your own perspective, and make yourself more productive and skilled, if not more sociable. I suppose you don't actually have to coerce yourself into becoming a highly sociable person in order to survive in nowadays ever changing and ever fallen world. I still don't tend to perceive so doing as some sort of a necessity to to make yourself kind of stand out of the mainstream crowds, though yes, I have pretty much reached a conclusion that we all have to do something vastly different in order to produce vastly different outcomes that we have longed for so long. Yes, and so despite all of the so-called sacred or divinely intervened revelations about life that I have come up with so far, I still I still reckon that I have plenty of disputes and conflicts and monstrous, horrifying clashes that are ongoing inside my mind, and they have I have pretty much let them just go unsolved for far too long, which means, in other words, I failed to make a multitude of crucial decisions, thereby, thereby excuse me, just need to, thereby, pushing myself into, somewhere that's not quite quite appropriate. I have missed a huge amount of multitudes of opportunities to get myself out of my current comfort zone. While even if you being in a situation of homelessness / exile doesn't quite spell like a comfort zone per se, but to tell you the truth, I am still trapped in my own comfort zone, for more, for a lot longer than you guys might have reckoned so far. I have always had conflicts, clashes of many conflicting ideologies, philosophies about life, about how I should live my life, about how I should make a living in order to improve the overall quality of my life, including but are not limited to which occupation or which profession I should choose in countries other than China to to make a decent living and somehow get myself adequately settled there, so to to open some more doors of opportunities for myself, since I see fewer and fewer opportunities in China for people like me. I am more than absolutely certain that there are plenty of people who have gotten themselves so stranded in shitholes, in situations closely resembling mine. Considering the size of the entire Chinese population, and also considering the overall size of the Chinese the overseas, the overall, considering the overall Chinese population overseas, they are, from time to time, every now and then, they are all traveling between different places, different continents, different cities, over and over. So who knows if there aren't or are any other dudes who are experiencing highly similar problems and trials like I do. Just like a video that I saw right before, pretty much right before I filmed this video. You know, it's about, you know, a man got falsely accused of rape and abuse against his fiancée. Yes, and such saddening, well, quite surprisingly, such saddening story happened in Australia, and I believe there are a lot more similar cases, similar tragedies that are currently ongoing in far more countries, just, you know, than just Australia, than just Kiwiland, than just, you know, a pathetic dude in China, like I, you know, who has pretty much nobody to talk to, you know, freely and you know, without any concerns or, you know, concerns about the aftermath of, you know, the aftermath of speaking to the person to whom you expressed your grievances, you know, even that person being your grandma, you know, it just doesn't help very much. Though I'm not saying it doesn't help at all, it still at least keeps me occupied, keeps my ears, one of my hands occupied, since I have to, you know, use one of my hands to pick up the phone and listen to what my grandma has to say every time he rings me, you know. More often than not, most recently, you know, she just, you know, she usually takes the turn to ring me instead of I, you know, ring her to talk about my current shite, to talk about my current agony, you know, excruciating mental pain, you know, because I have gotten tired of I have grown tired of having to, you know, talk to people whom just don't, or who are unable to pull you out of your misery, right? And there are also other concerns about, you know, me speaking to my grandma for, you know, to just express my grievances, to blow off some steam, you know, which is every time I speak to her, every time inevitably I have to relive the, you know, the horror of intrusive thoughts of killing her using the kitchen knife, you know, well, or hurting her, pretty much using any object I can think of, you know. Well, soon such intrusive thoughts has you know, has grown into you know, more and more, let's just call them delusional thinking, you know, with even higher severity, higher intensity, and border range of of border range of imaginary impact. Yes, I can tell you without a single strand of doubt that my intrusive thoughts, my murderous intrusive thoughts has already grown, has already developed into thoughts about hurting my niece, a niece of mine, pretty much. That's why I am still maintaining a safe, a safe distance, but between me and them. Sorry if I happen to make some more grammatical mistakes, and it's just, yeah, so it still seems quite unrealistic for me to just go back to my grandma's place just like that, at least for now. And besides, I still have plenty of work to do, and I could never return to the previous mental state in which my old man was still alive and well. Without him, I have to do pretty much everything myself, and have to look out for myself, amidst of the countless numbers of pitfalls and shitholes in nowadays modern world. For instance, even in China, you can get so easily into debt. You can get ensnared and enslaved by debt from a wide range of debtors, including but are not limited to the government, literally everyone, at any given time, at any place, if you just happened to, in so much as to, pressed some button or clicked something wrongly, that could get you into serious trouble. Such as an astronomical amount of debt. Yes. So that means I have to look out for myself on a daily. That's why I have to, that's why I don't have the time to neither do I have the time nor the energy to remain as optimistic and as happy-go-lucky as I used to while my old man was still with me. I hope you guys see the common sense there. For those who still have dads, with them, I urge you guys to get started with respecting your fathers right now, right here, right now. Whatever damage or harm your dads might have inflicted upon you previously, either intentionally or unintentionally, but more often than not, it should almost always be unintentional. Excuse me. In fact, I have done some other research about the overall likelihood both parents abuse or mistreat their children, in terms of the gender difference, in the context of a typical Japanese nuclear family. Yes. Well, I did those research on Wikipedia, and it will take me some time to find the exact screenshot that I happened to take during that time, and in fact I put it. I believe I have stored the screenshot to substantiate my claims here somewhere in the co-working platform. Yes, I believe I can retrieve it in time and embed it here onto this video. It basically says, in fact, women are much more likely to mistreat or abuse, their children, far more likely than men do, than fathers do. Well, so long as it's concerned in Japan, I have gathered insufficient amount of data as to such topic, whether to determine whether fathers or mothers are more likely to abuse or mistreat their children. But I believe I will continue striving to seek the truth, to find out the truths. Maybe I would never get the whole truth. All things considered, due to my own flawed perceptions and cognitive abilities. Yeah. Nevertheless, I would like to do so, since it's currently one of the handful things I can do to remain as productive as possible at the moment, at the given moment. Yes. Until I find some decent full-time employment somewhere in Japan or in other countries, I can promise you guys that I will be making YouTube videos, pretty much on a regular basis, if not intermittently, with varying qualities and amount of dedication to producing quality content and detailed research. Yes. So I just need to get this cup cleansed. Just need to get rid of the particles inside, you know, the hairs. I have no clue how the hairs, the dust get in there. It's so weird. Should be no other impurities. Yeah, great. Yeah, so what about my other plans of action to pull myself from this sorry state? I'll let you guys know. I'll definitely let you guys know when I think of something that I might have overlooked. So, thank you again for watching and listening, and I shall hope to see you guys next time on YouTube. Bye bye. Have a great day or a great night, and let's continue to encourage and inspire one another during the journey we call life here on earth. Cheers. Bye bye. Never stop learning, never stop striving to seek the truths. Yeah. Cheers.